I have a question for you. Another question. So you we will be able to kind of test during the live stream, but how do you think we should kind of show the audio of the voice assistant when you call it?
Actually, my Mac should just be able to pick it up. I'm actually not even using the desktop audio at the moment. It's just my external mic that can pick up your voice as well.
Oh, okay. I see. Because I set up Skype and I put like a bit of credit in it just to kind of be able to
Right.
properly do it.
I was just gonna call off
But
my
yeah, I
phone,
mean, if
but
yeah, that's fine.
yeah, we can do whichever. Okay, I think we're all
I
set up.
can see you, but
My webcam, let me see if that causes any issues.
yeah, I can see you.
Should be fine. Okay, cool.
Green screen.
Yes. Green screen. Okay.
By the way, it's always tech friend, but I, I don't know your first name.
My real name is Arash, but my friends call me AJ, so we can just
I see.
give it AJ.
Well, what do you prefer, Arash or AJ?
AJ is good.
Okay, AJ it is.
All right. Would you like to give us an intro on Nexus GPT, or how did you want to do this?
Whichever is you think is best. I'm happy to kind of explain high level what it is. If you like show the landing page or something, I can explain in essence what it is.
Yeah.
Um, or like you could say like whatever is fit, right? I can be adaptable.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. I am streaming, but I think I can also share my screen to you. That seems like it's fine. Maybe
Yeah,
I'll give like a 30-second rundown of what I think Nexus is, and then you can kind of take it from there.
yeah, good.
I do have a couple notifications coming in, so actually I think I might be able to like that. Okay, it should be fine. Yeah, so
Are we live on TikTok as well?
no, just YouTube and
On
Twitch
YouTube?
at the moment. Just like t it's been a bit of a hassle getting TikTok working on my MacBook. Uh, but yeah, okay. So my understanding is Nexus is kind of like a platform, no code platform, although I'm sure you can add custom tools with code. But yeah, no code platform to really easily set up custom AI agents to do a lot of things. And I gave it a test the other day. It's really simple to set up an agent in less than like 10 minutes. And they have a lot of integrations. I think, yeah, over 1,500 tools. And that's like stuff like being able to connect to Gmail, which is what I'm particularly interested in, but yeah, any other third party service and yeah, connect to any AI model, model agnostic. And yeah, that's kind of like my TLDR. Is that right?
That's absolutely right. If I had to add something, the way I like to see it is it's more of a no code framework than a no code tool, meaning that we try to make it as agnostic as possible for any stack, meaning it can connect to a lot of things, you can deploy it anywhere, it has an API, you can add custom tools, you can connect different models to it. That's kind of how I like to say it. You have coding framework like LangChain, and then you have no coding framework like Nexus, I would like to say. So kind of an abstraction layer.
Awesome. I'm just trying to see if I can get only you.
I am hearing myself twice though. Just
Oh, um, let me see if I can. Can you click on like right click on my stream and mute it? That might
yeah.
be. Wait, is that the reason? That might be the reason.
Because
No, in Discord, my screen share.
screen share.
'Cause I'm assuming that's where it might be coming from.
Oh, I see. Okay. Ah, yeah, yeah.
Does that fix it or?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's much better. Yeah, I was hearing both. Right.
Okay,
That's
sweet.
fine.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thanks for the the TLDR. So you're saying it's a no code framework, you'd like to think of it more than a tool? And
Yeah, it's a bit agnostic, and you can do a lot of things, and we don't want to restrain what people can do with it. Um, and that's kind of the idea we had in mind when we built it.
I mean it also has like a SDK that you can tap into with code or
So, so it has an API you can interact with, and on the API you can interact with programmatically basically anything. We haven't yet gone and done the SDK itself, but that's kind of where we wanted to go for like the hardcore developers.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Sweet. Okay, so I think what we decided to do in this video is kind of take someone through the process, start to finish, of creating a voice agent. I really wanted an assistant to help me with my emails, so I don't have to type out emails anymore. I can just ask my assistant. Kind of like the features I want is like it able to search emails, maybe with a specific topic. Just it able to get like my last 5 emails or emails for that day, and it able to draft and reply to particular emails. Yeah, and I think you said that's all possible, so that's really exciting.
could be. Yeah,
So yeah, should we go through it? Should I sign in and you can guide me, or
yeah.
let's do it? Um,
So here, yeah, you would go to the app, and
yeah.
on the app, the way you would start is on the left part of the app. So if you go at the top left corner, you have the different menus, right? So it explains a bit how like the stack of an agent. You have the agent itself, which is like the shell, the system prompt in a way. And then you on that system prompt, you do a couple of things, right? You add knowledge, you add different plugins, and then you deploy it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea of an agent, right? So the first step is you want to create an agent. You go into the first part, which is the agent tab.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're on the agent tab, you have basically two things. You can either create your own agent or find a ready-made agent from the marketplace, which or other people have built. The easiest, if you have like a custom agent in mind, is because we made it as easy as possible to create an agent. You click on create a new agent.
So creating is actually easier than just copying one.
It's as easy. That's
It's
kind
as
of the
easy.
thing. So
Okay.
is that you have like a very specific use case with intricate tools and different flows, then probably some people would have kind of worked on the prompt a bit more than you. But for like a very simplistic agent, it's actually easier to create one than to just kind of go on the marketplace.
Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, so let's create an agent.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
when you create an agent, the first thing you do is you actually give it a name, right? A name and a job.
I did Emily before, because it kind of sounds like email, but I might go emaily this time because uh, and then I think I just put assistant as a last name.
Okay.
And for this job, do any of these fields affect the performance, or is it just kind of like aesthetic in the dashboard? Oh, really?
Right? So it's the prompt that generates other prompts. So the more details you give it about Emily, the type of job she does, where does she work, the tone she should have, the objective of Emily, it will kind of condition how the system prompt of the Emily is generated, because we generate like a first version of it.
Oh, interesting. So maybe I don't know, I'll give it a real name, and then the job I guess is quite important here. So
Yeah.
um,
So it's the main role, right?
yeah, I think I had executive assistant. I think that's pretty good, just in case we
Yeah.
wanted to extend it in the further and in the future to do something other than emails. It could just be
Yeah.
like an
Good.
assistant to, like kind of like a CEO assistant or something.
Mm.
Okay, let's do it.
Right. Like,
Hmm.
hey, what's the organization or company she works for?
Right.
Um,
Oh,
And
very good.
here you could say, hey, she works for me. She's my
Yeah.
executive assistant, and
Yeah, I had
like
tech friend here,
she's a
so that's kind of what
exactly.
she'll be doing. What does
Yeah,
it?
right. Like, what's your main thing? Because And an executive assistant for a content creator will not have the same behavior as an executive assistant for the CEO of McDonald's. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna go tech content creator, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, great. Main purpose of the agent. I think I kind of,
I,
yeah, go ahead. Hmm.
which is like as possible, filter things out, be your doppelganger, like whatever main objective she needs to fulfill when you talk to her.
I guess we'll just stick on the email theme, so it'll be kind of like
Yeah,
help tech friend organize and respond to emails. Yeah.
all right, sounds good.
Who would?
And interact with yourself, so it would be tech friend.
Okay, so that this is even though she's like emailing other people, does that count in this or not really? Okay. Hmm.
For the people who are contacted, you're right.
And okay, great.
Okay,
And we'll continue.
hit on continue. Yeah.
Step
The
three.
last two questions the first one is really kind of how she writes, like the overall tone, like as much detail as you can, you would stack into it because it would really kind of give an idea of like, hey, when you someone is having a conversation with Emily, like what's like the style she would use? Like what like is she very synthetic and very professional, or is she very laid back? Does she use a lot of emojis when she speaks? Like stuff like this, right?
Yeah. I think I like professional to the point, but I also want like yet also friendly and casual. Is that like conflicting? But casual is conflicting. We can see. Okay. And
Should it do if it can't answer? And that's really if you haven't connected a lot of things. Like, hey, for example, let's say you have an assistant and she or a customer support and she can't answer a question. It's like, oh, actually, the best person to answer that is not myself. It's tech friend himself. So you should contact him directly, right? If it's an assistant that should purely interact with and she shouldn't like transfer things to other people, you
yeah,
could just blank.
makes sense. And this also kind of makes sense if the agent was kind of doing stuff on their own. Is that a capability of Nexus, like to have kind of proactive agents?
So you're right. So that's kind of the end goal. But I think the way the what we realized pretty early on is that right now the models aren't yet 100% there to have something really consistent and really reliable. So we're like the multi agent is kind of like the completely autonomous agent is where we want to go. Uh, but the reality is, it's really difficult to have something at the same time 100% reliable and 100% autonomous. So
Got it.
what we decided to stick on with is 100 as close to 100% reliability as possible, because we want people to use it in actual work setting.
Yeah. No, that's good. That makes sense. Don't overpromise, underdeliver. So yeah, okay. We'll just
Yeah,
click create now.
yeah.
Let's do it.
So it takes a few seconds. Under the hood, it's using I think before we were using GPT-4, but GPT-4o is good enough for this kind of stuff. So it would be a GPT-4o model that basically would generate the prompt, and we have like a small DALI model that generates the profile picture of Emily. So we don't have yet like the super realistic one, but here you see Donna Assistant.
Nice.
Um, she has like a profile picture, and if you go on prompts, you'll be able to see the different categories of the prompt, like the main description, role description. This is all generated. Like, hey, this is what she does, the main objective, the overall tone, the formatting guide she needs to follow, the behavioral guide she needs to follow. And those are all generated by Nexus based on all the information you put.
Nice. So we can edit all these as well.
You
Um,
can edit, add, remove. You can do whatever you want with it.
yeah, so we like, and thank them for reaching out. Kind of something I want to do, and then, oops, we just save that. Sweet. That's so cool.
And and yeah, the reason we decided to go for that is, let's assume now, once you have Emily or Donna, I'm sorry, you want to, let's assume, integrate Donna over the phone or integrate Donna over email. A lot of things will remain the same, but some things will have to change in her system prompt. And the main thing that will have to change is the section called the formatting guide. So if you go into formatting, which is below overall tone, you'll be able to see that you have the answer format, and the answer format is different from one system to another. Because if you interact with that person on WhatsApp, bolding text on WhatsApp is not the same as bolding text over the web, which is not the same as bolding text over the phone, because you can't bold text over the phone, and you don't want the assistant to start bolding text and to have like start saying numbers in weird
Asterisks,
ways, like
asterisks.
yeah, exactly. So the way we do it is that when you add a new integration, it will generate, based on the role and description, a new formatting guide for that specific integration. And then you can edit that formatting guide independently of the rest.
Nice. And what's this Nexus button do?
So that's kind of the default. So when you interact over it
Right.
over chats, that's kind of the default format, and you'll see new icons coming up. If you add email, you'll see Gmail, for example. Or if you
Oh.
add phone number, you have phone number, and you can switch
Oh,
from
so
one to
this
the
is
other.
like kind of the way we're interacting with it. So we can have different formats for each
Exactly.
for
Exactly.
integration method. Got it, got it. Awesome. That's so cool.
So,
All right. So what should we move on to?
this thing,
Integration?
so if you go on general,
Yeah.
two main things
Hmm.
that you need to do. The first one, and is if you decide to do it, is to add knowledge to that assistant. Like, what does she know about?
Yeah.
What's like the thing she's very knowledgeable about? And if you have that, you can add knowledge.
Hmm.
And basically, what it will create is that based on the knowledge you uploaded, like the PDF, different Notion document, emails, Excel spreadsheets or whatever, she will reorganize the whole knowledge into a tree structure of a knowledge that has very abstract level, which is like, hey, on a high level, this is what the knowledge is about, and very detailed, super practical level, like, hey, like the amount of views on average you have per video is that amount of views. Um, so that's kind of the idea behind knowledge, and it will all be in your prompt of the agent. So at the bottom of the prompt, you see you have knowledge, and you'll be able to add and manage knowledge in that prompt. So if you go into prompt, you'll be able to see it as well.
Where about?
Right at the bottom,
Oh, yeah.
you have knowledge access.
Yeah.
And here in knowledge access, you can add knowledge. You can add knowledge directly, or you add
Oh,
text knowledge.
oh, sweet. So we can be like, Tech Friend has over 100,000 followers, like 70K on TikTok, 47K on Instagram, 6K on YouTube. Tech Friend typically charges 1K USD for a promo video cross posted across platforms. So just some basic stuff like that. Or maybe should this be two
And
separate things, or doesn't really matter? Yeah. Oh, okay. Um, social inf like information. Oh,
yeah, for example, yeah, social media information, or like, yeah,
Looks like we got an error though.
yeah, yeah. The new feature we rolled out literally
I think it's because I
yesterday. So
pressed the button. Let me try refresh and try that again. I ended up pressing. Oh, you made this feature yesterday. Wow.
yeah, it's a new feature.
Social media. Oh, still
Oh,
hard.
it's weird. Let's hold on this.
Yep.
I'll try to fix it in the meantime.
Generally,
You're
you'd add
updating the
knowledge
rest.
through here, like through
Yeah,
files, right?
we
Yeah.
just want to pass knowledge. into the
Yeah,
prompt.
yeah,
So we,
I
we
was
did
thinking
that.
about that as well, in this section. Will you add it in this section as well? Add text, maybe a button here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Sorry,
So
let's take
the
a
next
quick
thing,
10
once you have the
seconds. Sorry,
sorry,
let me just read out some chat messages. We got a hi from
yeah.
Technical Kudos. Saskia says, the two speakers are clones of each other, same clothing, same beard. Thank you, Saskia. And that's the only two messages. I think we have great style.
uh, yeah, and so if you go on skill, that's kind of the
Skills.
next thing you can do on that agent. And
Okay.
here the idea is that you have really three type of skill you can add to that agent. The first one is what we call GPT task, which is, you use a GPT to generate text. That's kind of the idea. So it could be like anything like, hey, I want to generate a summary, I want to generate an email, I want to be able to analyze some text and give you an output analysis, like whatever you would use GPT or ChatGPT for. And the idea behind that is that sometimes you have the agent itself, but the agent controls different skills, and you want to have for some specific tech skill, you want to be able to fine tune those skills independently of fine tuning the agents. For example, let's say email, you have specific rules when formatting email, and you want to add that into the email bucket without adding noise to the main agent. So
Mm-hmm.
that when the agent calls the email, it has its own system prompt, its own knowledge, and its own model to run on. And you can just work independently on email, for example, rather than on like the whole agent. That's kind of the idea, at least.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because I think when I first tried to create an agent, I didn't use this because they do have
Mm,
the ability to generate text, obviously, because they're powered by an LLM. But I see what you're
yeah,
saying about, you wanting to add specific rules without having to interfere with the system prompts and general formatting.
exactly.
Maybe it's a rule just for
And we can
emails or just for phone or whatever. Yeah.
exactly, and we can try. Like if you click on GPT task, you'll be able
Mhm.
to see that on top of like that's kind of the type of task we've tried to give example to people. And if you go on create a GPT task, you'll see that not only that, but we give you like um a few recommendation based on the role. Hey, maybe she wants to do an email response drafting, meeting scheduling. And here we kind of pre-populate, hey,
Mm-hmm.
what you provide the
Oh.
model is like the email to respond to, the including sender, subject, and what she'll do is that she will draft an email response, right? And again, based on that, we generate a prompt of that task, which is, hey, here's like a first version of it. You can edit it, you can change it. And so when you call email drafting, you'll be able to kind of, as you said, independently work on.
That's really cool. Seems like you guys have really thought this through.
Well, we use it ourselves. So
Excellent. What's your main
and
use of,
yeah,
like, what kind of agents do you use? Do you have multiple agents? Do you have one? Like, what gets the most use?
when we have like a new someone telling us about a new company or like a new GPT company, we have like what we call a research agent that generates like a full company report for us,
So
and we
cool.
basically give the name of the company and like do all the research and generate a report, and we can just read the report.
That's amazing.
Uh, this one is cool. We have one like I have like my own personal assistant. Like she has access to my calendar. She can send email on my behalf. So whenever I'm like on an email thread with people who are asking questions about Nexus, I gave like the whole knowledge base of Nexus to the assistant, and she can answer right away. She has her own email address, and she can send email on my behalf. It's like I actually can I can add her to an email and say, hey, Ava, can you please just like make a meeting with that person whenever I'm available next week for 1 hour? And she'll like look at my calendar, look at available time slot, and she'll propose time slots to the person. Like she does the whole
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's a
And
great use case of having the multiple integrations and like calendar to email and email to calendar. I think that's like a really obvious, great
Yeah.
use case. I have a chat
Like,
message
yeah.
here from Coca. I think they're talking about the adding knowledge. They ask, do you extract data from PDFs or use Vision for the
So
knowledge?
we do
Both.
the PDF as a multi-model document, meaning it has text, it has images, it has text. So we try to extract and describe the images so that everything is considered a text, and then we chunk it and we treat not only the text but the image related to the text as its kind of own set of knowledge. Um, that's kind of the idea, right? Is to be really kind of as it's text, and the best way to treat information in a vector database is text. We translate every image, every text into a text knowledge base, right? That we chunk together.
Yeah, awesome. That's good. So we don't miss out on diagrams and stuff if they're included.
Yes. Yeah. Or like, for example, one thing we had like a company that was doing patent reach out to us and say, hey, sometimes we have like a lot of previous patent that we've published, and we want to be able to kind of go into finding specific schematics and stuff like this as it's rightfully properly understanding the content and the schematics of a patent. It's able to look for a specific patent that is organized for a specific invention in a specific way, and just retrieve the right patent and say, hey, this is what the patent is about. Like, hey, oh, I think there was like a hose connected to that kind of thing. And it will look for hose connectors or stuff like this to find the right patent.
Great. Okay, should we continue? Okay, this is the prompt we
Yes.
got generated for us. Your task as an executive assistant to draft email responses in line and a pretty sophisticated prompt just based on like two input fields that we gave it and that we can edit. Um, I think I'll just leave this. I won't include it because I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you gonna say something or?
No, no,
No,
it's
okay. But yeah. What should we move on to?
are the
Skills.
which is
Uh-huh.
like the fanciest one.
Right.
And here it's really our tools and our
Mm.
marketplace of tools, right?
So this is
That we have. So
different
we have
to integrations.
sorry.
This is the different to this integration here.
So integration here is actually more, you have to see it more as deployment than integration.
Uh-huh. Okay. So it's integrating of the agent to something third party, whereas skills is third party
Exactly.
integrating into the agent. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, got you.
Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, Gmail I think is what we want.
Yep.
Continue with that. I've already, I think, authenticated. I assume that's what this step is here, right?
Yeah, and credential, and it will kind of just
Just Google sign in.
go into Gmail, ask for the right email, which it should have access. And here, like, we need to be, so you need to be very clear of the difference between sending an email on your behalf and actually actively monitoring the email and answering to everything, right?
Hmm.
And so you will use the plugins parts to be able to send selectively email, retrieve selective emails, and then integration, a deployment or integration to just whatever email is coming in to answer right away to it.
So after we authenticate, we are selecting the available actions for it.
Yes.
So is this already all selected, or we have to click one by one what we want?
So you have to click on the one action that makes sense for that specific plugin you want to add. So
Oh, okay.
we don't see when you add a plugin, you add an actual action rather than the whole plugin,
I
right?
see. I see.
So you say, hey, you want to send a message or you want to
Mm.
delete a message.
I think.
Instead of
Yeah.
over, yeah, that's sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so we're just doing skills one by one, very specific skills, rather than just integrating the whole of Gmail API. I think that makes a lot of sense. Obviously, you don't want to, maybe you don't want to give the agent the ability to delete any messages, for instance, or something. But yeah, I think the first skill that makes sense for me is getting many messages. That's probably the first thing I'd start with, asking the assistant to get messages. So yeah, clicked on that. And then we can specify all of these fields, right? Get many messages. Um,
Exactly. So here is
yeah.
like really the name, like it's really like function calling for the
Yeah,
agent, right? So you would define the name of the function, the description, and you would decide what specific parameters will the agent will handle and what are the ones you want to fix yourself.
yeah. So I think maybe a good way to think about this is kind of think about how I would be asking the agent for this. So if I'm asking for getting today's emails, I think get many messages would make sense. Um,
Yeah.
maybe I want to change the wording from message to email. I mean, maybe that'll be make it more efficient. I don't know. It's probably not that different, but yeah.
No, I think it's really, yeah. I mean, it's more about like how the agent will be able to understand your query and select the right tool. So it really depends on one from one person to another because
Yeah,
some people when they interact with their agent say, "Hey, give me the messages,"
yeah,
and some other people say, "Like, give me the emails."
yeah, yeah, exactly. So it really depends on how you're prompting it, the agent, or intend to
Yeah.
prompt the agent. Um, and then these all seem to be handled by agents, so we can hard code them here, or the agent can define them at runtime to be whatever they
Yeah.
think is suitable for the given prompt. I think that's pretty cool. So I might just kind of give all of these the ability to have the agent do it. Probably won't include spam and trash labels. The search I think is really valuable here if the agent can search on specific things. And same with probably any of these as well. Um, yeah, I don't use label names. Um, spam and trash. No, we don't. Really, I don't really use that either. Okay, test and
So here you can test the
test it.
plugin just
Okay,
like we would
sweet.
do on Zapier and say, "Hey,
So I can be
let's see
like,
if that works."
get the 5 latest emails. Nice. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to show all of
And
them,
so we see that
but it seems like it's working.
working. So you can click on create tool and finish, and you have a new action.
Excellent. That's so easy. Um, if we weren't talking, I'm
And I
sure I
think,
would have done it in like
yeah,
less than a minute.
yeah. By the way, I think by mistake it added the email response routing, so we can delete it. If you click on the
Oh,
three
okay.
dots,
That might have came from. Oh, I was just pressing buttons and not confirming. Yeah, I remember.
yeah, maybe or like maybe a
Yeah,
bug
yeah.
on our side. I'll check it out after. I'll review the stream to see
Sweet.
any new bugs.
So I might just add another skill to draft or yeah, reply to emails in a thread.
Mhm.
I think that's I clicked the wrong thing. Plugins. There we go. Gmail. Oh, thread. I think. Add label, delete thread, get thread. Reply to a message. So I don't know. I guess this is obviously isn't your specialty, but is a singular email still a thread?
It's a good question. So I think every single email would be a thread.
Yeah,
It's a start of a thread. We'll have a thread
I
ID
think so.
linked to it. And we'll just have to kind of make sure that when we get the message, you have the thread ID linked to it. Um,
I think it was.
and obviously, yeah, okay, then yes.
I can double check. Yeah, I'm asking this because when I first made this agent, I actually didn't do the thread one. I did reply to or like draft an email and
Mm,
or yeah. Wait, is there a draft to thread option? And the issue with that was it would reply to the singular last email without the thread context. Um,
I see.
yeah, so now this time I'm trying to reply to a thread. Looks like it's the only. way here. Um, reply thread, I think that keep it as that. Email, text, message handled by the agent. Message or snippet ID? I guess that, yeah.
Yeah, I think that shouldn't be really relevant.
Oh, we can do attachments as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it works sometimes if you have like if you fetch like a PDF online and you want to send it.
Oh no.
Error
Should I check a console?
and new bugs.
Reading map.
What was it?
And the enum of options.
Oh, that's weird.
I'll try again.
Yeah.
Oops. I think
Yeah, it's creating a tool. Add new skill, plugin. Yeah.
thread. Reply.
Reply to a message.
Thread ID handled agent. Snippet handled agent. Message handled by agent.
Yeah, let's keep it like that and like
Yeah.
test it.
Shouldn't I put sender name though? Or
Yeah, I think it's yours, right? So it
oh,
should
okay.
be like your email.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, it doesn't work. That's weird. Oh, okay. I need to check that. Give me 1 second.
Sure. I think we had another chat message while you're doing that. Coco again asks, what if the figure's description, I think this is based on the same PDF question, the figure's description doesn't contain some details like specific numerical values? How do you go back and look at the figure again if a later prompt asks for finer details?
I'm not sure what it meant.
Um, so I'm going to try and answer this. I think he's assuming, I could be wrong here, assuming that the vision kind of looks at the images of the PDF, or if the PDF doesn't have text, it kind of just like does OCR or character recognition. Whereas the vision model will actually kind of, does it turn the image into a text representation or is it straight embedding?
So the way we went about it is that it transformed the image as a JSON object with different parts. And it uses the surrounding text as context to the image. So basically, it will send it to GPT-4 Vision and say, this is the image, this is the text around it. Give me a JSON object that comprehensively translate the image into a textual form,
Yeah.
which includes different parts, different subparts, and how those parts are connected to one another.
Yeah. So kind of to answer their question is, at the time of consumption of that PDF, or it will be turned into text. So then later on, when you're asking questions about it, it doesn't go back and reanalyze the image. It kind of just looks at a semantic search through what was kind of processed, I guess, to try to answer the best I can. Yeah.
And so if we leave it like that for now,
Yeah.
one thing we can do with that agent is then integrate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to try this. So, this is bringing it onto all of these platforms, and phone call is what I'm most excited about, the voice agents. So should we try that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, we should.
And this is a new feature, right? I think last week you released this.
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, let's try put Donna on a phone. Now something 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 I just noticed is like anyone could call one of these numbers, right, and get access to my email if I end up deploying
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah. Interesting. Is there any like thought you've got behind like kind of making voice agents more secure?
uh,
Maybe like a web app.
question.
I think a web app would be
Yeah.
cool. So we can
So
select IE. Yes, I am in Ireland, by the way. For everyone. EFGHI. Yep. Oh, we got no available for this country. Oh, there we go.
no, here it is.
Just pick a random one.
Yeah, it's fine.
Cool. Main language, English. Welcome message. Hello, sir. How can I help you? All right.
So this the welcome message is basically when she picks up the phone, that's
Yeah.
the first thing she's
Yeah.
gonna say.
We got something funny. Bananas are yummy. Add phone number. Oh no.
And it doesn't. Oh my god. It doesn't work? No.
Live demos. Should we just do a US number?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So this says owned. Does that mean it's shared or it's just
So it's shared. Yeah. So you can take one of those. It won't cost you additional money for it.
Add-
Just to test it out.
Yeah, sure.
I added them to your account just
Oh, okay. I was gonna
to,
say.
to test them out.
Thank you.
So basically, what it will do now is it's going to take, as we said before, the formatting guide of the agent. And oh yeah, okay. My associate told me that actually, if you want to go in Ireland, you need an address in Ireland. That's why it's
Oh,
maybe
gotcha.
an issue. So we need to have in your account an address in Ireland. So that's
Got
probably
it.
why.
Got it.
So once it's done that, basically, if you go back to your agent, if you go into agent,
Back here.
um, yeah, and you go into your agent Donna and you go into prompt. Here you have click on answer format, and then you see that's the previous one.
Yeah.
Hit refresh, you'll see the new version of it.
Yeah, we got the
And here
phone
you
call.
have phone call, which has a lot of additional prompt relevant to that role that would work with phone call.
Wow. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. So we don't have it saying
So
asterisk, asterisk. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
And yeah, so let's go back to Donna into the integration. Yes. And we go to settings, and here in the settings, basically you'll able to kind of change a couple of things. So if you go into the United States, would be the region in which you're at. I would change it to Europe since you're
Yep.
in here, and click on. I think you need to select a phone number because it deselected it for some reason. Click on edit. Let's pick back the US. Yeah, exactly. So here in the English, we can select a voice for the agents, right? So
Oh,
you
nice.
have the
Open
OpenAI ones, you have
11 labs. Nice. A lot of options. This is character AI?
it's Cartesia.
Cartesia, okay.
So we integrated them
many.
blind into Nexus.
Yeah.
That's Play HG, I think, and
Okay.
at the bottom.
Right. Which one's a good
And
one?
so
What should I choose?
the good ones, the best one are really the 11 labs, if I'm being frank.
Yeah, I think so too, based on what I've heard. 11 Labs has the best sounding voices.
Yeah. And more a question of reliability with those agents. The reliability of the voice on 11 labs is just slightly higher than the rest, from my experience at least.
I'll just pick a female sounding. Sexy female feeling voice. All right, Sarah. Oh, we can hear it here too.
Our knowledge has its origins in our perceptions.
Yeah, that sounds good enough.
And let's switch back the region, by the way, to your server region.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Got it.
And we hit on save.
Boom.
And normally Boom,
Yeah.
you have your agent.
All right. Should I call it?
Yeah, let's try.
Let's see. Oh, now everyone on stream can actually call or get my emails. Guys, don't call this number. I gotta be faster than them. Let me change my. Oh, actually, you can still see that. That's pretty cool.
Is it working?
Nope. Oh, yeah, here we go. Might just be my cell connection.
Yeah, let's try again.
Give it 5 seconds. All right, try again. See, I got that.
Is it ringing even? Like,
No, it was.
bit weird. Let me try on my end.
Yeah, do you want to try calling?
That's interesting. Let's switch phone number. Maybe that's a problem with this particular phone number.
All right, let's try this one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There
Any
we
of
go.
those. Yeah. And hit save, maybe.
Save.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here we go. This one's calling.
Hello.
Hey Donna, can you check how many emails I got today? I don't think I got any emails today.
I can check.
We can't hear it, by the way, unfortunately, I think.
You can't hear it? It's not talking now. But you couldn't hear it when it picked up?
No, we didn't.
Oh, let me check. It's still not talking yet. It's doing the function calling. Check.
All right, I understand. If you need me to check the emails or any other specific query, just let me know. I'm here to help you with any task related to your emails.
Get me my 5 latest emails.
5 most recent emails for you. Hold on for a moment. I'll get back to you shortly.
You couldn't hear that? It definitely came through on stream. Oh, you could?
Now we
Oh,
can.
okay. Seemed like it didn't understand me at the first prompt, but hopefully this time. You can also test it in Playground, right?
Yeah, of course.
With chat, yeah.
Have you? Is it still on the line? Like how?
Yeah,
how
yeah.
does that work? Yeah, that's weird.
Should it be faster?
And stop replying? Yeah, it should be much faster.
It said
It should reply within like 5 seconds every time.
Oh, really? No, it replied. It was like, let me check that for you. And then didn't reply after that. Should we test it in the playground while we're waiting for this?
Yeah, we can.
Let's say get my 5 latest emails. Yeah, looks like it's working here. Yep.
So if you talk again to the agent, it should reply now.
Hey, Donna, what happened?
Five latest emails. One from Arash Dubandi about a collaboration proposal. Two, another email from Arash Dubandi about a TikTok collaboration. Three, an email from Bindu Reddy inquiring about pricing. Four, from Stefan Ionescu discussing collaboration on TikTok with Backpack. Five, another one from Arash Dubandi regarding the same TikTok collaboration. Is there anything specific you need help with in these emails? Let me know.
It seems like it's also getting sent emails as well, which is fine.
I see. That's interesting. Yeah, essentially, you see, like how now you kind of have like the shell of Donna.
Yeah.
And then basically what you do is that if you want to change how she speaks, you would go into the format. If you want to change like what kind of when she accesses the tool, what she does, you would go into the plugin. If you want to change the way she would approach things, like for example, say, hey, reply to the latest email, you can explain in behavior when I'm asking you to do this, I want you to first do this and then do that right away.
Yeah. Sorry, I just deleted this just in case someone tries to get my emails.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that kind of executes the capabilities pretty well. It worked. Um, of clearly there was like a few bugs and slowness, but obviously you've only released this last week, so can't expect it to work perfectly.
Still expecting it.
But I think the vision and the process and everything was really awesome. Like setting that whole thing up, I think would have taken less than 30 minutes. If yeah, if we weren't live streaming and such.
That's really cool. And by the way, if you add more integration to that agent, you will the same way you will see like, hey, this is phone call, this is Gmail, this is
Yeah.
WhatsApp. You'll see each of them into the format, and you can tweak each of them. And that's essentially what the agent is. You have the agent marketplace, and as the tool is kind of evolving every day,
Yeah.
a lot of the agent that were fired a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago are needs to be kind of renewed and are becoming a bit obsolete because the features and the capabilities of those agents just increase so fast.
Yeah. Just like the whole AI landscape.
Yeah.
Ah.
And a few bugs, a few more bugs.
Yeah.
Here,
This one, let's see if I can recreate this. If you scroll to the bottom of these tools. Oh no, it didn't happen this time. You hate tester, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Is there anything else we want to show off?
No, I think the last thing would be you have models, which is the thing we haven't talked about. In models, you are able to do a couple of things. You are able to either go into one of our like the hosted models from Claude, GPT, etc. You can connect an external provider if you have like your own API key and all that. You can do that for the pro plan. You can do that, and you can host your own model in GPUs and use that model to power your agents essentially.
Okay, so where do these like? Oh, so any like open source
from,
model.
and then run it on like an H100 or an A100.
There's no ability to kind of like upload a model or.
So right now, no, but that was kind of one of the things we wanted to do, which we found like could be cool. To be completely frank, the less and less having fine-tuned model makes less and less sense compared to like doing good drag over models.
I agree.
So like we have less kind of the need for doing that, but like back in like December when we released that feature, it was kind of one of the things we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, last thing on tools, if you go on tools, you're able, if you don't find a tool you like, a plugin you like, you can create your own plugin. And the only thing you require is like an open API schema. And you can create your own tool. So anyone who has an API to their service and want to sell their service on Nexus can do so and just create kind of their own plugin.
Yeah. I think
for
that
other
makes a lot of
teams.
sense because I think a lot of people will have their own kind of systems and stuff that they might want to look into. Amazing, Assem. Thank you so much.
Thank you for testing and
My pleasure.
for running an agent. And yeah, thank you so much. And thank you everyone for who watched the stream.
Yeah. Maybe we'll wait another few minutes if anyone wants to ask any questions, but I think it's probably been done. Soundwaves says awesome. Thank you, Soundwaves, for joining. Thank you, everyone else. Yeah, if you guys want to check it out, obviously, I don't know if you noticed it, the tool is called NexusGPT. I noticed it comes to this URL, nexus.sneakpic. Is that something?
Yeah, it was like so Nexus initially was like a side project I had at my previous startup. And I just decided to kind of stop the other startup to 100% do that.
Right, so this is like something else. But I noticed you also have nexus.gpt. Oh no.
So
You do?
gpt.nexus.
Oh, right, sorry. gpt.nexus. Okay. Got it. I see. Awesome. Oh, maybe pricing? Do you want to talk about pricing?
Yeah, so we try to make it as affordable as possible. So you have a pay-as-you-go plan, so you can just like pay whatever you use on the agent. Or if you want to have like some features like being able to add knowledge to the agent, integrating that agent into like your Slack, your email, or whatever, you have a very simple hobby plan at $19 a month that has in it $10 of credits per month, right? So essentially it's like prepaid credits. And we kind of like, if you go into, for example, different alternatives, we try to kind of say, hey, like this is how much value you're getting out of it for this like simple plan.
Nice. And for the pay-as-you-go, you charge per message or
Yes, so we charge per token
per token?
on the agent, and we just like send you back the bill of the token. We use our own API key, and we charge you back for the token you use.
Amazing. Let's see then.
And yeah, that's it. And when if some people want to be able to have Nexus in one of your viewers, I'll share with you a promo code of 20% for the first year of using Nexus.
Oh, awesome.
So they could just use Nexus and the hobby plan of Nexus and have like a bit of a discount on the hobby or the pro plan.
Excellent. I'll probably share that with the community. We have one message from Cataclysm asking, can you self-host?
So you can't self-host as of now, mostly because a lot of the things we built are very dependent on our server. So it's very difficult to, we haven't, like the project wasn't thought as an open source project. So it's very difficult to deploy it as like a Docker type of product.
Yeah, it makes sense. It seems kind of complex at this stage. Cool.
But it could be one of the things we do. And yeah, if we see that there's a lot of people who really want to do that, I'm happy to kind of think about it. And for the promo code, it would be, they would just use TechFriend20.
Okay, awesome.
On the interface, and they'll have 20%.
Let me just write that. 28% off.
So it would be 20% off for 1 year.
Okay, for 1 year. Okay, guys, if you like that demo and you want your own agent, you can get 20% off. Did they of any plan? Like, they can just do
any plan.
Hobby plan, yeah, for 1 year. Yeah, NexusGPT. Great. Thank you so much, Assem. I think we'll wrap it there unless
Thank
you
you so
have
much,
anything else
AJ,
you want to talk about.
for you testing our tool, and I hope you liked it.
I did. I think I'll be using it as well for my own email replying because it's just getting tedious replying to emails manually. Great.
Cool.
All right, we'll
Thank you so
wrap it
much.
there. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye everyone.